Gorgeous ones. Hey, good afternoon, man. Great rising to you all. Man, I've missed you. I didn't see you all yesterday, and it felt odd. It felt weird. It felt like, I was really busy doing a couple things, just feeling pretty successful. I was I'll share with you what I was doing. Let me just see who's going to join me. So, hello, who is out there? I see that you're joining me, but I'm unable to see your name. I hope you can hear me. So, I'm hoping that things have gotten better as I've cleaned off my computer. So, that's one of the things that I did yesterday. And anyway, I wanted to ask you all about your energy. So, here's the thing. I didn't come and share live yesterday because I'm loving, sharing with you beautiful ladies in this group and just really getting to hear your hearts, learning more about your business and your gifts and what God's given you. And so yesterday I felt a little off, a little odd. So I said to myself, there's no way I can't do this again. But in contrast to that, I was very productive. And so, and I want to tell you that I was on like 4 hours of sleep. And, typically, lately, the last like 2 years or so, I have been committed to getting at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep. And I didn't get that because I just had my body was awakened. I just woke up and I just went to work. Anyway, so I was up doing several things. I was cleaning off my computer. I was collaborating with people. I had a couple of sales calls yesterday, helping some people. And I actually had a healing session yesterday in which I did the healing work and facilitated for them. And then I did that again this morning. So I'm feeling vibrant, I'm feeling alive, I'm feeling successful. And so I want to ask you today, how is your energy? And the reason why I'm asking you that is because I'm a big reader, if you're not a reader, I highly recommend you start to read. But I think you are if you're in this group, so I'll just assume that you're a reader. So anyway, I continuously read, and this is my biggest passion actually, and so I'm learning more about what world class looks like. And because I desire big impact, I desire world class, I know that you do too. So I want to share this with you. Did you know that if you are coming from a place of love and abundance, right, that you will have all the energy that you need to do the work that you're called to do? But if you're a person that through your habits and your ideas and your thought processes dwell in a place of lack and fear, then you're going to forever feel tired and exhausted and deal with sicknesses and illnesses. Now, I am a firm believer as a healer, number one, and number two, having my own experiences, that divine health truly is all of our birthright. And so I don't let my mind dwell in a place of lack or in a place of fear or in a place of sickness. That doesn't mean I don't have symptoms. And that doesn't mean I don't experience fear, but I don't allow myself to dwell it. I put things in place. As soon as I recognize that I'm going into that place, I immediately shift myself. I shift my energy. I shift my thoughts. I shift my eyes to a place of abundance and to a place of health and wholeness, to a place of fullness and love. It makes a difference because here's why. The average person the average person is stressed and overworked and constantly worrying about how they're going to pay their bills. That average person. And I'm telling you, when we come outside of this whole COVID shutdown, lockdown, you're going to see more people functioning from that space. And it boils down to choosing choosing what you want to believe, choosing what you want to constantly think on, and choosing where you want to dwell emotionally, psychologically. It really is a choice. Now, I have come to understand that we are only as successful as the quality of our decisions. So wherever we are today, today is a result of all the decisions that we have made. So that also means that if you don't like where you are today, you get to shift it. So if you are feeling drained and tired and exhausted, I'm going to invite you to examine, to explore where you are dwelling with respect to your thoughts, with respect to your ideas, and with respect to just your level of consciousness. And I'm going to tell you what lack consciousness sounds like. It sounds like this. I don't want to invest in, if I invest in myself, then I won't be able to pay something else. Or I have to wait on so and so to make a decision for myself. Or if I do this, if I have this, then someone else won't have it. And I have to tell you most sincerely from the bottom of my heart, us women, we tend to do that. We tend to put somebody else ahead of our own needs. And that is just a wounded feminine. Because at the end of the day, the reality is if we're unable to take care of ourselves, it's very hard for us to take care of other people and still thrive. And here's the thing, when you're thinking provision, you're not thinking lack. When you're thinking abundance, you're not thinking that you're going to fail. You're thinking you're going to soar. You actually think it, you feel it, you expect it, you know it. And so it's a really different way to live in your consciousness. It's not just in your words, but it's in your expectations. It's in what you embody. So at any given moment, you can experience a setback. You can experience lack, if you will, but you don't have to dwell there. So as a world-class servant, as a world-class thinker, as a world-class person, it is up to us to choose to dwell from a place of love, knowing that we're supported and knowing that we get to be in abundance. Now, for some people in the spiritual space, right, that word abundance is pretty freaking scary because they don't like, people don't like prosperity, people don't like abundance. But the reality is, if you don't like something, then see if it will visit you. See if it will hang around you. So if you are rejecting the idea of living with more than enough and being able to provide for other people and to give to your favorite charities and just do other things, if that is something that bothers you, then you're going to forever stay in a lack consciousness. And that is not attractive. Except it attracts sickness. It attracts low energy type experiences, low vibration experiences. As a world-class person, if we're going to be serving and we're going to be healing and if we're going to be transforming, then we have to embody the very thing that we're transforming, right? We have to embody the very thing that we're telling our clients that they need to experience. And so we cannot have the lack experience or the lack consciousness and then embody something positive that people want to aspire to, unless you want to attract someone that wants more lack, and that person is not going to pay you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm challenging you all today to take a look at your energy, because if you are exhausted, if you are tired, if you are worn out, then that I invite you to take a look at consciousness. Are you constantly coming from a place of fear and coming from a place of not having enough, not sure if you're going to have enough, or are you coming from a place of total abundance? Because if you're coming from a place of total abundance, you are very aware of what your energy levels are like. And you're not exhausted. You're refreshed. You're rejuvenated. You're vibrant. You see the difference? So I just wanted to share that with you all and just say, listen, I am so incredibly excited to be back here today. My goodness. You know, just one day I missed with you all going live and it just felt so odd. So anyway, blessings to all of you. Listen, I've got some room in my calendar. I'm booked today, but I've got some room in my calendar. Hey, Lucretia, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. I've got some room. If you are looking to understand how to be that woman that's high vibe, vibrant in building her spiritual business and bringing her gifts to the marketplace in a way that feels good, in a way that feels vibrant, in a way that feels right and supportive, in which you are helping your clients and you are also benefiting. then I invite you to have a chat with me because this is the work that I do. I believe you have to heal, and as you heal, you can begin to really see more clearly and align yourself to what it is that you're truly here to do and serve, and then to go do that work in a way that's so beautiful and so supportive to you. So, if you are interested in this and you want to become that world class servant where you're not worn out and tired, then I invite you to join me and let's have a chat. Again, I love to say this. I don't practice hardcore selling. I practice being as supportive as I can be, to share with you what it is that I've experienced when I stepped into this space and accepted my call first as a coach, and then I accepted the mantle of healer. The coaching came first, actually, although it's so interesting how much I didn't accept myself in its fullness. It's so interesting. I have been in the healing space and healing and operating like that for years, since for like 20 years. But I did not see it as something that I could share. I did not see it as something that I can bring to the world. And then I realized that was so incredibly selfish of me. Hey, Vanessa, good afternoon. I realized that was so incredibly selfish of me in one of my quiet moments to study. And then I repented of that and said, you know what? I'm going to share. I don't know how, but I'm going to. And I have been progressively sharing more and more of that part of me. And guess what? People are flocking to it. And I'm telling you, the world needs what we have. I'm telling you this, my sisters. So anyway, so that's come on board. So I've created a beautiful program for the woman who wants to go ahead and get started in her business or up level in her business. Because at the end of the day, it's not about all the major systems. It's not about all the websites. It's not about all of the lead pages. Although those things are useful, at the end of the day, it's about the energy you bring to the conversation. If you're someone who has a lot of sickness in your body and pain and aches and things like that, you get to release that so that you can embody even more the work that you're here to deliver to your people. You don't have to be sick. You get to be healthy. You get to be whole. You get to have healthy monthly flows. If you're still in that season of your life, you get to, and it doesn't have to be painful. You get to heal in your body from fibroids and long-standing issues, and it doesn't have to be painful, my ladies. You don't have to go to the surgeon. God's given us the ability to heal because that is who we actually are. All these things that we deal with, all these ailments, all these emotional woes, we deal with them, and then we bring them into our coaching relationships. And I say, you don't have to do that because your clients can feel it. And if you really want to serve them at a high level, then it is for us to become world class at what we do by being world class at who we are being. So this is the work that I'm doing, and I'm bringing in the healing in my packages because I recognize to get out there and just try to transform and to shift. You can do it, but if you really want to serve people at a deep level, and if you really want to create a business in which people want to flock to you, then the higher your vibration, the easier it is for you to attract people into your business. And you don't have to rely on superstar websites and superstar lead pages and all the things that we keep hearing that we need. They're tools. They're useful tools, but you don't need those to have clients. You don't need those to heal. You don't need the coach. And I just want to break that myth I think we're all walking around with. I myself had that myth too. For me, it went from I needed to have a strong website, and then I needed to have a strong Facebook page, and then I needed to have a strong email. Like all these things had to be strong, but all the while I wasn't shifting, and I was still walking around with different illnesses and things going on in my body, and I was still walking around with poor thinking and low value around my services and what I can do and what I can bring to the world. And so I wasn't filling my calendar. I wasn't having calls. Just before before doing this video, I literally had 3 people reach out to me. And message me. Literally 3 people right before I hopped on this video, and I have to get back to them. And these ladies were men. These were men. Even though I'm marketing myself to women primarily, men are seeing this and men are reaching out too. So what I'm trying to say to you is, when you are in a space of allowing yourself to be used to serve, and you don't have any resistance to it, people begin to flock to that because they want that. They want the God in you. So it's not about hiding behind the Instagram photos and hiding behind a beautiful website or hiding behind your computer and not sharing with the world. It is about opening up your voice, being clear on what it is that you offer, being clear on who it is that you're speaking to, and then you speak to them, and you can speak to them while you are healing and letting go of the stuff that's holding you down so that you can ascend. So that's how this works. Vanessa, I don't understand the concept of vibrations. Okay, sure, we can talk about that. I have been on this call for a while. Maybe I can do a separate one because that's a whole teaching in and of itself. So Vanessa, hang on to that. And what I'll do is I'll prepare a teaching just for that around vibrations. I'm so happy that you spoke up and said that. Of course, I will share about that, and I will let you all know. It could be tomorrow when I do a Facebook Live. Let me think about that. Yes, I want to definitely share that concept with you. Let me just say it now because I just don't want to stay on too long. But you guys want to hear it now? Jasmine, you just joined. Lucretia, you joined. You guys want to hear about vibration now? Okay, I'm not hearing any response. Let me table that, Vanessa. I will definitely answer that. We can have an actual class on that, and I will go through it with you so that you can understand it. Okay? It's very, very important. I'm so glad you asked that question. All right, beautiful ones. I'm going to leave my link for us to have a chat. Again, it's not a sales call, if you will. It is an opportunity for me to learn about your business, what gifts that God's given you, and what you're doing to bring it to the world and to the marketplace to share. I'm telling you, fulfillment comes when you're actually doing the work that you're here to do. I think the most fulfilled an apple can be is when the apple seed is planted and it becomes this tree. I think that's probably the most fulfilling thing. But if I was to plant the same apple seed and just beg for it to become a citrus tree and sprout oranges, I'll be standing there for the rest of my life, right? So the thing of fulfillment is doing what you came here to do and doing it in a way that's nurturing to you and the people that you're working with. That's what I consider to be fulfillment. Listen, I have had other people's definition of what success and fulfillment look like, and I did that. I followed their path. I had the high-paying job. I had the high-end position, CEO suite level position, consulting position. I got all the way to the top, only to find out that these guys argued amongst themselves like children in a playground, and I could not believe that I had worked so freaking hard for this to be my environment, and to be going into traffic every day, leaving home, going in traffic every afternoon, and being exhausted when I got home, for that to be fulfillment. It was draining, it was disappointing, and I'm on a mission now to live my life and live it in a way that feels good every single day. And I am inviting you all to do the same thing by doing what you came here to do. All right, ladies? So let's table the conversation around vibrations. My dear Vanessa, I will definitely go over that with all of you. Let me take some time to schedule that. It'll probably be like tomorrow or something, and we'll have a whole session on that. All right? God bless you, ladies. And let's chat if you're interested in ascending and serving. All right. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.